It is literally Captain AHAB on top of a giant whale that is literally made of hops. What's going on, beer lovers? Welcome to another bonus episode. I'm Jeff.
I'm Justin.
And today, we're reviewing AHAB, another Hazy Ass Beer from Artifex Brewing in San Clemente, California. This is an 8% 61 IBU IPA.
Hey, that Artifex, that name sounds familiar. Didn't we review them in a previous episode?
We definitely did.
Hey, you can probably find that episode right here somewhere. I don't know where it is.
We'll post it in the description or something. Yeah. But yeah, Artifex. It's an amazing brewery. We really enjoyed it. So, of course, this is one of their... I'm pretty sure this is their very first big can release. So, I was talking to them. They told me exactly like what they were releasing, when they were releasing it. They showed me this badass label. I've never seen a label as cool as this. It is literally Captain AHAB on top of a giant whale that is literally made of hops. I mean...
Doesn't look white, though.
What doesn't look white? Oh, yeah. Well, hops isn't white, so, of course, you know.
They lied.
Anyways, so, this beer is a new one from them. It is a Northeastern style IPA. I'm loving the hazy beers, and apparently this is going to be Hazy Beer Month, Northeastern IPA Month, whatever you want to call it.
Our month of haze.
The month of haze. It's the month of haze now.
Let's have some beer.
Yes. So anyways, Justin, you ready to crack this open and try it?
Let's continue our hashtag month of haze on Let's Have Some Beer.
Let's have some beer. Alright, Justin, beers are poured. Let's get into the aroma.
Let's get into it. Swirl it around like a wine glass. That's how you unlock the aromas, you newbies. It is kind of dank.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
It's got a little bit of dankness to it, a little bit of fruitiness to it. It's almost like fermented fruits.
I shouldn't be surprised considering it says another Hazy Ass Beer and it has a big picture of a hop monster on it, but you wouldn't think, Hazy Ass Beer dank, but that's what it is.
Yeah, which by the way...
Not that hazy.
Yeah, not really that hazy. I mean, you can't see clearly through it, but you can definitely see fingers moving.
I can see shadows.
Yeah, I mean, it's not super hazy. But anyways, back to the aroma. I mean, I'm getting slight fruitiness. I can't really pinpoint exactly what it is. Maybe a little bit of like orange, a little bit of maybe lemon or lime.
Grapefruity.
Slight grapefruity, but more maybe like the pithiness of a grapefruit. Mm-hmm. Not like this, I'm not getting a huge sweetness off of this.
No.
It's maybe the malts maybe are offsetting it a little bit. It's not super sweet.
Well, remember, there are 4 different malts inside this. I think there's a Pilsner, a wheat, Carabel, and oats, I think.
Well, yeah, there's oats in just about every hazy beer, but again, not that hazy. Anyways, let's get into the flavor, shall we?
Cheers.
Cheers. I'd love to know your opinion, Justin.
Not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
When you say Hazy Ass Beer and, you made me think Northeastern IPA, you said Galaxy hops, and I'm expecting a big fruit monster like all the other ones that you're thinking of.
Yeah.
But this is more West Coasty, bitter dankness. It's not overly bitter, but you get a lot of hop flavor, more than you would think from a Northeastern IPA, and I get almost no fruit. Which
Yeah,
is really
I mean,
weird.
I don't get much fruit at all off of this. I get a lot of the malts. It's not like a huge malt presence, but it's probably more there than most hazy beers, only because the haziness or the fruitiness or whatever that we're used to with dry hopping with these kind of beers, I'm not getting a huge fruity blast of flavor. I mean, it's there. It's kind of more in the background than anything else. I get a lot of dankness. I get a lot of resinousness. I get the malts. Maybe it's the barbarian yeast that they use in this.
Maybe.
But I feel like it's a little off from like what we're used to. And by the way, we're trying this pretty damn fresh. This is, let's see. Well, I'm pretty sure I picked these up from Artifex about a week and a half ago, so it hasn't been sitting very long.
All right, guys, we've smelled the aroma. We've tasted the beer. Time to review it. Jeff, what do you think of your aroma?
So when it comes to the aroma, like I said, I'm not getting a huge fruitiness presence. I'm getting some malts. There is some fruits in there. It's not very strong. You know, when I heard that the name was going to be AHAB, another Hazy Ass Beer, and I look back to the first Northeastern style IPA, or one of the first Northeastern style IPAs I ever tried, it was in our Artifex episode. It was So Long SoCal. And I remember that beer because it was just so damn delicious. And when it comes to the aroma on this, I mean, it's not giving me that same feeling that I got with So Long SoCal. And not that I'm comparing this beer, I am rating it based on the beer itself. But I gotta give it about a 5 or a 6. I mean, it's just not, it's not what I expected. It's not giving me anything that's surprisingly appealing. I mean, it's slight fruitiness, slight maltiness, a little bit of maybe that yeast kicking in, but it's just kind of lackluster for me. I mean, that's just my opinion, but that's what I'm getting out of it. How about you, Justin?
It's funny, when you told me AHAB and another Hazy Ass Beer and all this, and Galaxy hops and blah blah blah, I was expecting one thing, and then it threw me a complete curveball. I'm getting resinous notes, dank notes, I'm getting all sorts of smells that I wasn't expecting, and I just kind of like, is this right? So, it wasn't what I was expecting, so I gotta docket some points for that. But if you're a fan of resinous, dank beers, this could be up your alley.
Yeah.
So I kind of have to go in the middle. I gotta play it a 7. Here's my thinking behind it. If you're going for a Northeastern IPA and you're expecting one thing and you're giving another, it's one of those. It's like, oh, I wasn't expecting this. No, I want to go grab something else out of the freezer and drink it. Although I don't know why you're putting your beers in the freezer. But if you're a fan of resinous, dank beers, this is something you'll definitely love and enjoy. And the smells off it are not bad. It's just not what you're expecting.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm giving it a 7. It's good. It's a great smell. It smells dank. It smells earthy. It is resinous, but it is not what you would expect from a Northeastern. So taste is a very important part of a beer. Jeff, what do you think of the taste?
So when it comes to the taste, after you smell the aroma, you already know that this is not going to be your Treehouse Trillium style Northeastern IPA. You know that you're looking at a dank ass West Coast style IPA. So when it comes down to that, I would probably give it about a 7. Still not a high score. It's good. I enjoy it. Obviously, I'm going to drink this until it's gone. But I'm just not impressed. I'm just not impressed. They use flaked oats in this recipe. I'm not getting the smooth mouthfeel that I was looking for. The hops linger on the back end. I don't know when they did the dry hopping process on this. Maybe it has something to do with that. Maybe they threw some hops in, like the extra hops in way too early in the boil. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened with this beer. I don't know if this is exactly the beer that they intended to create either. You know, breweries are not perfect. And being a home brewer, I know that mistakes happen all the time. So they could have intended this to be one beer and it came out another. But for me, I mean, it's not what I expected. It's not necessarily what I'm into. I like a little dankness. I like a little bit of resinousness. This is like bordering on like mostly dank and resinous. If you are a big fan of that kind of stuff, then actually you would probably really dig this beer. It's got a solid malty body, and it's dank and resinousness. Joe, from Joe's Arcade, if you're watching this, I know that that's kind of your dig, and you should probably check this out. I'll see if I can maybe get a couple more cans from Artifex and send them your way. I think you'd dig it, but you know, to each their own. This is just not my jam. So how about you, Justin?
I kind of have to feel you for the whole not my jam thing. I mean, if you've seen our reviews, you know, dank and resinous is not our thing. That's not the thing we gravitate towards. That being said, a lot of you guys love it. A lot of you guys like the bitter hoppiness punch, and this has got it in spades. I mean, if this is your Northeastern IPA, if you love that kind of stuff. It's not what I was expecting when we cracked open the can. So, you know, I kind of have to go 7. It's good for what it is, but for what I was expecting it to be, it was just not at all what I was expecting it to be. Yeah. It's good for what it is. It delivered if you're a dank, resinous West Coast IPA fan, or if you're like really love those bitter hoppy notes. Otherwise, it's just like, oh, this is not at all what I was expecting, and let's go open up something else.
Not a juice bomb.
But, you know, that being said, it's not a terrible beer. It is not a terrible beer at all. Jeff, the ultimate question, would you buy this again?
I'll tell you what, I'm going to answer this as a yes. And the only reason why I'm going to... I know, right?
I wasn't expecting that.
I know. Well, the only reason why I'm going to answer this a yes is my prediction is that this is not exactly how Artifex intended this beer to come out. The reason why I say that is the name is AHAB, another hazy ass beer, okay? It's not hazy. 2, I've had their hazy beers before, and they were leagues above this, in my opinion. And for them to make this their first flagship, like, hazy IPA can release, something tells me that something didn't go right in the brewing process or the canning process or whatever it may be. There's something that didn't go right. I could be wrong, but that's why I say I would buy it again. Because if they brew this beer again, my prediction is that it's going to be a very different beer from what we're tasting now. And if that's the case, then we're definitely going to do another episode on it and let you guys know. But yeah, I mean, the Artifex is one of my favorite breweries that we've been to in all the episodes that we've done so far and beyond. So for me, I mean, I'm a loyal fan. I love their beers. So I trust in them, their craft. I'm sure that whatever comes next will be just as fantastic. If they don't make this beer again, maybe it wasn't meant to be. But if they come out with it again, my guess is that it's probably going to be a much better beer. How about you, Justin?
Well, you made a brilliant argument for Artifex's sake, Jeff, and I'm sure they will love you for it. I'm not buying it again. I mean, that being said, this is not the beer for me. I'm not a big dank resinous fan. I love so many of their other beers. That's why. If you guys have not had their unicorn juice, if you have not had their So Long SoCal, if you've not had most of the beers at Artifex, or if you've seen any of their beers around town in the Southern California area, you need to try them. They are delicious. Yeah. This is just not my jam. That's all it is. If you're a dank resinous fan, this is definitely something you need to try. But for me, I'm going to go to unicorn juice all day long. But this just isn't for me, guys. Sorry. But that's how it goes.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
So guys, we hope you enjoyed this bonus episode. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And let us know down in the comments if you enjoyed AHAB, or if you've enjoyed any other Artifex beers, and let us know what beers you want us to review next. So until next time, that's Jeff, I'm Justin, and we will see you guys next time on Let's Have Some Beer. Cheers!